right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about an ancient and incredibly powerful hymn. It's dedicated to a mysterious, blue-hued goddess who is a fierce form of Tara Devi, and her name is Neela Saraswati. And you should know, this is way more than just a chant. People see it as a kind of spiritual armor. You know, this quote really sets the tone perfectly. We're stepping into the world of Tantra, and in this world, wisdom isn't some passive thing you just have. No, it's an active, powerful force that actually protects you. And the Neela Saraswati Stotra, it's the perfect example of that idea in action. So that really gets us to the big question, doesn't it? What exactly is this spiritual shield? How can a hymn that's centuries old offer any real protection or power in our crazy modern world? Well, that's exactly what we're here to find out. Okay, first things first. To really get what the hymn is all about, we have to meet the goddess at the center of it all. So let's talk about who she is. So this is Neela Saraswati. The easiest way to think of her is as this amazing divine fusion. Imagine you take all the calm, creative, artistic wisdom of the goddess Saraswati, and then you merge it with the intense, fierce, protective power of Tara, the savior. It's this incredible combination of pure intellect and raw ferocity that makes her so unbelievably unique and powerful. All right, now that we know who we're dealing with, let's get to the main event. We're going to break down the stotra, pretty much verse by verse, to see exactly how this power gets unlocked. And this hymn, man, it does not start quietly. It kicks right off describing her Gora Rupe, her absolutely terrifying, fierce form, and her Mahahave, which means her great roar. But here's what's so fascinating. That same roar that terrifies her enemies, well, for her devotees, it's the ultimate sound of protection. It's safety. And get this, the second verse shows us that basically everyone reveres her. We're talking gods, demons, enlightened masters, even celestial beings. Her power just blows past all the usual divisions. The verse also calls on her to wipe out jadya, which is that feeling of mental dullness or laziness, and papa, or sins. Verse 3 gives us this incredible image of her. She has wild, matted hair, which symbolizes this raw, untamed energy. But here's the beautiful paradox. Out of that chaos comes absolute clarity. The verse asks for druta buddhikare, which is like asking for swift intelligence. You know that sudden aha moment, that flash of insight that just cuts through all the noise? That's what this is about. Verse 4 really builds on this idea of her incredible duality. She embodies both Somya, this calm, creative, life-giving energy, and Krodha, a fierce, protective anger. And that's a huge lesson, right? True power isn't just one or the other. It's the wisdom to know when it's time to create and when it's time to fiercely protect. Now let's zoom in on one of the biggest blessings people seek from this stotra, the gift of a sharper mind. The fifth verse is, well, it's blunt. It's a direct, powerful plea asking the goddess to destroy the folly of fools. But, and this is so important, it's not about looking down on other people. It's an internal request. It says, Muratam hara, which means remove my own stupidity. It's this humble, powerful call for your own intellectual level up. Okay, the sixth verse takes us deep into the mystical heart of Tantra. It contains what are called bija mantras. These are seed sounds like vam, hrum, hrum. You can think of them as primal vibrations that are believed to hold just immense power. And it's here she's identified as Ugra Tare, the fierce Tara, which really cements her connection to these potent spiritual practices. You know, what I love about verse 7 is just how clear it is. Right after those deep, esoteric mantras, the requests become incredibly direct, very tangible. It's just, give me wisdom, give me fame, give me poetic talent. Boom, boom, boom. You can totally see why this is a powerful hymn for scholars, for artists, for anyone looking to really make their mark on the world. Okay, so this is all fascinating stuff. But let's ask the so what question. How does any of this apply to our lives, right now, today? Let's connect the dots. The stotra is often called a cosmic weapon, and this is its arsenal. And these aren't just abstract ideas. Victory over foes? That could mean winning a tough negotiation, or just conquering your own self-doubt. Sharp intellect? That's the clarity you need before a huge presentation. Destruction of laziness? That's the push you need to finally get that project off the ground. And protection from jealousy? Well, that's building resilience against negativity. Every single benefit is a targeted tool for a modern challenge. And you can see here how perfectly this all maps onto our lives. The struggles this hymn addresses are our biggest challenges. Think about it. That balance of somya and krodha, calm and anger we talked about, that's the wisdom you need to be creative with your team one moment and then fiercely defend your work the next. This stotra is basically a spiritual strategy for handling professional competition, mental fog, hidden rivalries, and creative blocks. It empowers you to act with both grace and strength. Finally, we come to the hymn's conclusion, and this is where it lays out its ultimate promise to anyone who chants it with devotion. But right before that final, powerful promise, verse 8 reminds us of her compassionate side. It calls her Thare, the savior, the one who helps guide us across the turbulent ocean of life. It's this beautiful image of her mercy and guidance, a reminder that underneath all that ferocity is a deep well of compassion. And here it is, the payoff. The final verse isn't a request, it's a guarantee. It states that for the person who recites this sutra with faith and consistency, two things will happen. Their enemies will be destroyed, and Mahaprajna, a profound, great wisdom, will be born inside them. It's a powerful vow of total transformation. So, in the end, we're kind of back where we started, with this incredible sense of mystery. The stotra offers a very clear path to wisdom and to protection. But the question that just hangs in the air is, for those who truly connect with her, what other, deeper, untapped secrets might this fierce blue goddess have to whisper? And that, well, that's a question only devotion can answer.